we know that like marketing is very complex and it cannot be solved by a single agent. Like, doesn't matter how much kind of optimization you want to do in a single agent, it's not going to work.
Go. All right. Hey Mo, how's it
Hey,
going?
Andreas. All good, all good. How are you?
Good. The reason I wanted to talk to you was that I'm meeting a lot of people who are like interested in multi-agentic AI, especially engineers, obviously. My grandma is not as excited. And one guy came to me in the office and he was like, "Oh, you're the TikTok tech recruiter." And then we talked about like different projects that he's been working on. And he said like, "Oh, I went to this workshop, multi-agentic AI, and like different frameworks and like some products that he was building on like on his own time and stuff." So I was like, "Oh, who's like the best person I can talk to? Like the person who's the best at multi-agentic AI that I know." And yeah, that's why we're here.
Thank you. That's a compliment I'm willing to take.
Yeah. All right. So I was thinking we could go like kind of history, present, and future. We can start off with like you've done 4 AI startups and primarily agentic AI startups. So can you help me just like walk through your journey from like the first to today?
Yeah, super. It also maybe gives some context saying that like I did computer science for bachelor's, and when I moved to Stockholm, I wanted to do machine learning masters at KTH. But I unfortunately didn't like the program that much. It was more academic and research oriented for my own taste, and I wanted to apply machine learning in real life, and I was really, really interested in that. So I dropped off, and then I continued working in tech. And then when LLMs came, I kind of found my passion for that again, where now this is technology you can apply without knowing a lot of the theory behind it, but it's obviously very useful. Even it was like the early days. So the startups were like, okay, how can we apply this technology in something useful? So I started in 2022, I think, end of it, doing sales tech with 2 co-founders from Google. But we failed miserably for that one. We didn't find product market fit. And then 2023, I did cybersecurity, also LLM focused. But I think we were too early to the market with that one because enterprise didn't trust LLMs within cybersecurity at the time. And then 2024, I went on our solo founding journey building dynamic education experiences for end users, where basically there is no curriculum, there is no pre-scheduled lessons. You come, you talk to the AI understands your level and what's your goal, and then they build everything during that process for you, which was like very interesting building like this generative UI, generative assessment, generative content. It was super cool. And now with Epiminds, we're building fully autonomous, fully dynamic multi-agentic systems for marketing, which is the latest adventure that we are doing, which seems to be going very well so far.
Yeah. Tell me about Lucy. You're building Lucy, a multi-agentic system for marketing. Who is she?
So Lucy is kind of the interface or like the face of our multi-agentic system. So behind the scene, we have this 20 agents multi-agentic system that all communicate and collaborate together to solve problems or answer queries from the end user. But we made it very easy for our customers by having a face and having one person that they can talk to instead of knowing exactly which agent is expert in what field and how should I talk to them and when should I talk to them. So Lucy then basically the interface layer between the end user and the system. She also herself has some expertise and some specialties, but she kind of facilitates the rest of the team towards solving the user questions and problems. But yeah, behind her, we have 20 agents in a fully dynamic, which means that they can handle a lot of different types of problems and questions and actions from the user, and they are fully autonomous as well, which means that you can give them the autonomy to go to go and do things on your behalf in the different marketing channels. So that's the type of multi-agentic system that we're building.
And what is your vision for her, for Lucy and her team?
Yes, so we the ultimate vision is to allow everyone on earth to do marketing on autopilot. So it doesn't matter if you are like a professional marketeer or non-professional marketeer, you could utilize our system to say, hey, this is my brand, this is the product I'm selling or the service I'm providing, and I want to do marketing. But let's say that like I don't want to do the mundane tasks. if you are a specialist and you want to focus more on the strategy and the branding and the customer relationship, or if you're someone who doesn't know marketing at all and you want someone to help you just get off the ground, then this intelligent system that we're building is very capable within marketing, and it knows a lot about marketing from different perspectives. It had done a lot of things. It's been trained on a lot of knowledge. So then that system could help you go through the process of taking your services or products, putting a plan and a strategy for them, giving you insights, making recommendations, and actually executing these plans in the different platforms. So the end goal, basically, we want marketing to be on autopilot. It doesn't matter if you are like a big brand or a small brand. If you are, doesn't matter if you're a super well expert in marketing or someone that you're just passionate about building something or providing something to other people. That part should be covered by using an AI intelligence system.
Amazing. So, I mean, I think a lot of companies are in this space now, right? Like where this is the vision is like anyone should do something, right? Like Lovable is like anyone should be able to build a product, and it's inspiring goal because like people get this tool that they can use to kind of do things that they haven't done before. So it's like superpowers, right? But where do you take the first step on that, like building out a product like that, where okay, this is the vision we have, it should be on autopilot, but like how do you kind of take the first? What is the first milestone for you?
I think that's part of, at least for us, like it was in the beginning, solving one of the biggest problems for specialists, which is basically reporting and data analytics. There's a lot of systems that help you generate a report for marketing or like get a dashboard or help you see some data across channels. But wasn't any solution that actually you can talk to where it actually can delve deeper into the insights and give you reasoning behind it and actually run analysis on a large amount of data in real time and actually kind of just follow your lead. What do you want to know? What reasons, what actually triggered something, what was the impact of it. So that's kind of was the first MVP that we provided for our customer. Where basically, you can connect your accounts, you can come and talk to Lucy, and she and her team will be able to analyze that data in real time and give you like very in-depth insights. And you cannot only get like the insight, but you can actually follow up and ask for more clarifying questions and delving deeper into a specific area or comparing one channel to a different channel in a specific way. And that wasn't possible before. But then that was the first step. And then after that, of course, like we added more channels and we added more agents. And then we kind of closed the loop by doing the execution as well. So the agents are very good at analyzing the data and getting insights and recommending what should be done to increase the performance. But then now they can actually go and do these recommendations themselves without you actually needing to navigate between different systems. And now we have the full loop. And we recently also added self-learning. So like the agents don't only depend on the data that they can see, but they can learn from you as a user, the way that you want to do marketing, your guidelines, but also they learn from the action that they make in the accounts. If it had positive impact, what was the reasoning behind that, how they actually did the first action in first place, what information that they took into consideration. And that kind of self-learning makes the system better and better every day without actually the user needing to feed it a lot of knowledge.
Right. And it gives it also like more stickiness in terms of a product, right? Like if you buy it for your enterprise and it kind of, it's well integrated. It's like a colleague. It's like it's been working with you for years, right?
Yes.
It's going to be sticky. So building out now, like the last couple of months, what has been the hardest challenge that you have faced in terms of like technical challenge?
Yeah. So I think when we started, we had very two concrete ideas about what we want that system to look like. So we wanted a very powerful data analysis and insight system. And that means that you don't restrict yourself by schemas, you don't restrict yourself by the amount of data you can analyze in real time. And we want it to be real time for a good reason as well. And then the other component was like we cannot fit the whole marketing knowledge in a one single agent. So we want to build a multi-agentic system that is very collaborative and communicative internally. And in the beginning, we had like simpler implementation of these two systems, but the more that we onboard new clients, the more that our system scales, the more that our users use it more and more. Of course, we needed to kind of build it in a very good foundation. The tech wasn't actually there 6 months ago, surprisingly, but now we've kind of revamped everything and we are in a good place scaling the system now. So I would say the biggest challenge was we had this creative idea about how to build multi-agentic and a very in-depth real-time data processing engine, but the tooling and the tech wasn't there to implement it. And now it's there,
Mm.
and we managed to implement it fully and large scale. There was some moments where we were questioning internally and externally if this was the right direction to build a multi-agentic system, even the technology wasn't there. But we've kind of proved that it works on production at large scale, which is amazing.
Yeah, I met a lot of engineers who it feels like they when you talk to them from like actually good AI companies, applied AI companies, and they have tried single agent and multi agent, but it was like maybe a year ago or so, and I think a lot of people are kind of like, okay, we should go single agent because like it's not worth it with extra complexity, right? What was the biggest enabler for you in this like journey?
So we tried every possible solution on earth. We know that like marketing is very complex and it cannot be solved by a single agent. Like doesn't matter how much kind of optimization you want to do in a single agent, it's not going to work, at least on scale. And then I think we kind of questioned the norm around us. Like people usually fall back to the tested solution and like this works for this company, why doesn't it work for me? But we wanted to challenge ourselves and the ecosystem overall. Like, hey, we know this is in theory works. No one has done it in practice yet. But we believe that we could do it and we managed to do it. So I think I can confidently say that we are one of the few companies on earth that actually has a fully dynamic, fully autonomous, non-hierarchical multi-agentic system at scale, and that kind of gives us kind of a hat of expertise within this field that has been just born a few months back, which was exciting.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the insights also from doing like system design interviews with you that just like hearing your thinking about this, it was like so deep in terms of like yeah, kind of the possibilities and like I could really tell that you've been scratching your own head in this area
Yes.
and like you tried a lot of different things. So yeah, it's really cool. What would you, if there's like a map and there's like two forks in the road, one is like single agent, multi agent, and the other one is like dynamics or workflow, how would you advise someone that is like, oh, I have this product idea, maybe internal tool or like external product, and I want to navigate, like what should I do for my MVP or like a larger scale system?
So I think definitely like there's use cases for everything. So like if
Mm-hmm.
you have a very predefined workflow, then a static workflow using LLMs would work for that. If you have some type of a dynamic workflow where you need some branches and then some nodes and some kind of state, that could also work. If you have one specific field that you want to kind of build an agent for, and that agent is able to kind of manage that with one single agent, that's also possible. I think for us, we know that marketing is very, very complex and it cannot be done with a single agent, a powerful agent. So we decided to do multi-agentic. And also, on the other side, we're not building it for the technology that is there today. We're building it for technology that will come in a year from now, 2 years from now, Claude 30, Gemini 20, ChatGPT 40. And by that time, multi-agentic would be kind of something that is very established. There's a lot of, best practices for it and guidelines for it. Now it doesn't exist. We try and experiment and we fail and we go and we learn. But I think at one point, there's definitely going to be like this very established way of doing multi-agentic systems. So
Mm-hmm.
it totally depends on the use case. If you don't have any constraints, I would advise you to think big and dare to question the current implementation in the market and try to build something exciting and very fascinating, and you enjoy dreaming about it, which is
Mm-hmm.
super super nice.
Yeah, exactly. You need some fuel into the system to be able to kind of go through all this
Yes.
like debugging in long hours, right?
Yeah.
So if we start looking at the future, then like connecting to what you're talking about with like new models coming out, what do you think 5 years from now is like completely unrealistic, like something that is completely unrealistic today in terms of like agentic AI, but possible to do like 5 years from now?
I think scientifically is the exploration of search space. So let's assume that you have a problem, you don't know how to solve it. you could spend as much time as a human as you can using the existing tools to try to solve it, but then it will take so much time and so much effort. And then you can deploy unlimited number of agents to explore that search space and come up with theories about the end goal and how to reach there. One quick example of this could be solving cancer. So now we have enough research, or like not enough, but like we have good amount of research done on cancer treatments and how it can be solved permanently. But it's slow, it's very expensive for humans to do. So you could deploy, let's say, like a few millions of agents, give them all the same knowledge that we stand on as humans today, and allow them to explore different paths that could lead to a cure for cancer. And then you would end up with 5 million different formulas for a cure. You could, of course, like exclude all the non-reliable, non-applicable ones, and then you will end up with a good amount of cures that you can actually test in the lab and see if they work or not. I think the speed up of research and scientific discovery going to be like one of the biggest changes that we see in the next 5 years. I would say maybe in the next year. Beyond that, I think few people on Earth know what's going to happen. Maybe the head of the research labs in the frontier labs know some sense of what's possible in the future. But 5 years within AI seems to be a very long period of time to kind of try to predict. Like in 2022, we had the technology, and see now, like 3 years later, what we have done. I think 5 years from now, it's going to be a lot of unimaginable things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like I think when humans have coordinated and worked on things, right? Like we need to kind of go deep into one area and like exhaust that path, like depth first search kind of. And as
Yeah.
you say, like you can now kind of unleash these like agents doing like depth and breadth at the same time,
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
parallels.
Yeah.
So you can, like for instance, the Erdogan problems like that. It's
Yeah.
found, right, like solutions to that maybe the guy who has the website hasn't really had time
Yeah.
to find, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your insights and knowledge. As I said, I'm super excited about your experience in this field, and thank you for sharing so freely.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Happy to help.